I mean, what can Peyton do with a back like Harvey to make things easier for Bo Nix in year two?
He can do a lot. I mean, you're talking about a guy, Laura, that average per touch, over 23% of his touches in FBS went over 10 yards. So that explosiveness, not only run the ball, but especially in the passing game. And I think that's where Sean Payton really sees the added value in the passing game. Guy, he has soft hands. He's very good running routes out of the backfield. So you're talking about not only a dynamic runner, but a guy who can be a difference maker in the passing game as well.
Give me the hot NFL team this year.
Broncos are going to be Super Bowl contenders. I think Denver, when I look around, I think about the Eagles and how one day we woke up and they had the best roster in football and they were undeniable and probably the Super Bowl favorites next year, right? It's because you kept stacking talent. When I look at Denver, I think in maybe next year, they're going to be close to that level. I think this year they're going to be a double-digit win team that I think probably will get Super Bowl buzz going into this season. I think they're probably a year away from that, but I love what Bo Nix was able to do with Sean Payton. I don't know what he would have been able to do behind Colorado's offensive line, but that's not the question here. And then I think that the way they built the trenches, again, Eagles-wise, the offensive line is great. The defense keeps stacking talent. Barron was an awesome pick in the first round. R.J. Harvey was a reach for UCF, but again, Sean Payton knows what to do with running backs. He loves contact. He has speed. So I'm looking at this Denver team and I'm saying, why can't this team compete right now? Now, to answer my own question, the Chargers are also going to be quite good. I loved their draft, and I love Justin Herbert. I think Denver, though, is a half step ahead right now in that division, with obviously the Chiefs being number one. I think all three of them have the chance to be really good.
Broncos country. Brace yourselves, because the Denver Broncos are no longer the NFL's forgotten stepchild. They're a raging inferno, ready to burn down the league in 2025. After years of despair, rookie quarterback Bo Nix torched expectations in 2024, leading Denver to a 10-7 record and a playoff berth, their first since 2015, throwing 29 touchdowns and 775 yards with a swagger that left the NFL stunned. Head coach Sean Payton, the mastermind behind a Super Bowl victory, isn't just chasing wildcard dreams. He's plotting to crush the league's giants and claim the Lombardi Trophy. This isn't a team, it's a revolution. But the question burns hotter than ever. Is Denver's meteoric rise the dawn of a dynasty, or a fragile illusion ready to shatter? Buckle up as we unpack why the NFL is trembling at this rookie-powered juggernaut. This isn't just hype, it's a seismic shift. Let's dive into how Denver's stacking talent like the Eagles to become an unstoppable force. Picture this. The Philadelphia Eagles, once a middling team, woke up as the NFL's untouchable titans. Their roster oozing with talent so undeniable, they were Super Bowl favorites. Sound familiar? Denver's charging down that exact path. In 2024, they boasted the league's top-ranked offensive line, per ESPN, paving the way for 1,876 rushing yards and shielding Bo Nix from all but 24 sacks, 11 below the rookie QB average. Their defense, a suffocating third in points allowed, giving up just 18, 2 points per game, led by Pat Surtain II, the 2024 Defensive Player of the Year, who snagged 7 interceptions. But 2025, it's terrifying. Free agency brought linebacker Dre Greenlaw and safety Talanoa Hufanga, turning a fierce defense into a quarterback's worst nightmare. In the draft, first-round corner Jahdae Barron joined Surtain to lock down receivers, while second-round running back R.J. Harvey from UCF, a dual-threat monster averaging over 10 yards per play on 23% of his college touches, adds dynamite to the offense. Sean Payton's drooling over Harvey's speed and soft hands in the passing game, but here's the firestorm. ESPN's Seth Walder calls Nix's 66.3% completion rate decent but not elite, warning he could lose his job by 2027. Are the skeptics blind to a future legend? Or is Denver's talent stack a risky gamble on a rookie? This roster isn't just loaded, it's a war machine ready to crush. Talent's only the beginning, Bo Nix, and Denver's trenches are rewriting the NFL's destiny. Let's explore why year 2 could be absolutely legendary. Bo Nix isn't just a quarterback, he's a weapon forged in the crucible of Sean Payton's brilliance. In 2024, Nix threw for 3,775 yards and 29 touchdowns, while scrambling for 425 yards and 5 scores, 34 total touchdowns as a rookie, protected by an offensive line that allowed only 24 sacks compared to the league's 35 sack average for rookie QBs. Nix launched a 67-yard air bomb against Cincinnati, the longest pass in the NFL last year. Now, with rookie R.J. Harvey's explosiveness and veteran R.J. Harvey's Dobbins' bruising runs, Peyton's playbook is a ticking time bomb. Harvey's ability to turn a check down into a 60-yard touchdown or bulldoze tacklers is straight out of Peyton's wildest dreams. Right tackle Mike McGlinchey says Nix's confidence sets the locker room on fire, and Peyton predicts he'll be a top 5 QB by 2027, but the doubters are circling like vultures. ESPN's Ben Solak points to Nix's 4.5 completed air yards per attempt, 32nd in the league, as proof he's not ready for deep shots. Others, like NFL Network's Daniel Jeremiah, see Drew Brees 2.0, praising Nix's 21 touchdowns over the final 8 games of 2024, a 45 TD pace. Is Nix poised to silence the haters? Or will a sophomore slump crash Denver's dreams? With this line and these weapons, the NFL's about to feel the heat. Nix's rise is electrifying. But Denver's preseason demolition of the Cardinals sent a chilling message. Let's unpack how they crushed Arizona. If you missed the Denver Broncos preseason annihilation of the Arizona Cardinals, you missed a terrifying preview of 2025. In a joint practice and a 38-14 rout, Denver's backups. Yes, backups tore through Arizona's defense like a wildfire through dry brush. Their opening drive, a 97-yard masterpiece in just 5 plays, with Jarrett Stidham selling play action like a master illusionist, tight end Evan Ingram exploding for yards after the catch, and rookie Troy Franklin delivering a bone-crushing block that sent shockwaves through the NFL. Arizona content creators on X were left speechless, with one posting, "Our defense got schooled by Denver's second stringers." Franklin, now wearing No. 11, flashed late hands and a double move that torched defenders, proving the Duck Dynasty connection with Nix is a lethal weapon. And R.J. Harvey, he obliterated critics who called him a one-dimensional back, hitting an inside hole with patience and power for a touchdown, then shrugging it off in the presser, saying he's waiting for 60-yard scores. Sean Payton's bold move to rest starters screamed confidence in this roster's depth. But here's the spicy controversy. NFL Network's Bucky Brooks argues Denver's hype is inflated by beating up on second stringers. Is this a true Super Bowl contender, or just preseason smoke? One thing's undeniable. The NFL's on red alert. This wasn't just a win, it was a battle cry. But it's Denver's culture that's forging a dynasty. Let's dive into why this brotherhood is unbreakable. In an NFL drowning in dysfunction, the Denver Broncos are building a brotherhood that could storm the Super Bowl. While teams like the Bears left their QB, Caleb Williams, to eat dirt after a late hit, Denver's players bleed for each other. Tight end Evan Ingram told QB coach Davis Webb, "If you're calling the game, I'm playing every down. That's loyalty that burns brighter than 1,000 suns." Webb, a future head coach, called a flawless game against Arizona. Proving this staff's genius, rookie Troy Franklin's bone-crunching block in a meaningless preseason game wasn't just effort, it was a declaration of war, showing a team that plays for love. Defensively, Jonah Ellis, the youngest player ever with 5 sacks in a season, despite a torn rotator cuff, looks like a healthy terror in 2025. Pat Surtain II says Nix is about to make the league shake, and the stats scream truth. Nix's 21 touchdowns over the final 8 games of 2024 project to a 45 TD pace. But here's the controversy. After a 31-7 playoff thrashing by Buffalo, ESPN's Dan Orlovsky questions if Denver's culture can withstand the big stage. Compare that to the Chiefs, who rested starters in Week 18 only to watch Denver's backups drop a 38-0 bomb. Is this team ready to conquer, or a year away from glory? This brotherhood is forging a dynasty that could crumble empires. This culture is a wildfire. But can Denver outshine the Chiefs and Chargers? Let's wrap up why 2025 is the Broncos' year to shock the NFL. The Denver Broncos are a volcano ready to erupt in 2025. Bo Nix's rocket arm, Sean Payton's mastermind, and a roster stacked like the Eagles at their peak have the NFL on its knees. ESPN's Ben Solak calls them a dark horse Super Bowl contender, with a 10th-ranked offense 4,832 total yards and 3rd-ranked defense 2 points allowed per game in 2024. Evan Ingram and R.J. Harvey give Nix the arsenal to surpass 35 touchdowns. While Pat Surtain II, Dre Greenlaw, and Jonah Ellis could smother opposing offenses, but the AFC West is a war zone. Patrick Mahomes' Chiefs reign supreme. And Justin Herbert's Chargers are clawing closer. Critics like Seth Walder warn Denver's defense might regress. And Nix's 16 yards per dropback, 28th in the league, could be their downfall. Yet, with a projected 11-win season and a culture that screams, "Win now," Denver's hammering on the Super Bowl's gates. Broncos country, clear your January and February plans, because this team's coming for the Lombardi. Will they shock the world or collapse just short? Drop your take in the comments, smash that subscribe button, and let's keep this fire roaring.